A startup accelerator is offering 10% equity in exchange for $10,000 in cash and $15,000 in services. Is it worth considering? Don't use the word accelerator in considering the opportunity. Just look at what is being invested, benefits, and costs. Investment: $10,000. Period. That's what you are getting as an investment. Consider that $10,000 is a ridiculously insignificant amount. Not as an accelerator, mind you, we're not using that word. In such programs, $10,000 is pretty typical. A $10,000 investment is roughly the equivalent of your salary for 1 month. It pays for a good website or half a mobile app. Most would consider a $10,000 influx either friends and family or a gift, prize, in terms of size. $10,000 for 10 care of is exceptionally expensive, valuing your venture at $100,000. Is your startup worth $100,000? Benefits. Services. Never look at the value of services provided as part of the investment, as they are never worth what they cite. This is just sales, over $15,000 of value for free. Operators are standing by. Foremost, do you actually need the services from them? More often than not, such services are in the form of technology, advice, or basic professional services you can get anyway. Usually they are from local businesses or global brands. They come in shapes such as hosting from AWS for 6 months, LLC setup and operating agreements from a lawyer, marketing services from Google to the tune of $3,000, free use of Salesforce and Zendesk Pro for 1 year. Those are sales hooks those companies provide to get you to buy. Those are market rate, values, and usually not the actual costs. They are things you can often get anyway. Check with your local Chamber of Commerce, City Economic Development Office, BNI, networking groups, SBDC, etc. And you can usually get the same things. Bottom line, they aren't actually worth a ton, certainly not even 1% to the entity that has merely aggregated them. Now, there are other benefits less obvious. Costs. These are expensive terms by any measure, but make sure you are getting things you can't get yourself. So what else are we missing? What do they actually do for you? How do they accelerate? Do they do marketing for you? PR? Sales? Do they develop something for you? Or are they really more accurately just an incubator or co-working space? Do you actually need and value what they offer? If you do, by all means, but notice that most are suggesting it isn't worth much given what you've told us. Not because those benefits aren't without benefit, but because the amounts and perks are pretty typical of what is expected of any founder to be able to get. Which is to say, what will future investors think? Wow, they got in and got all those exclusive benefits? They must really have something. Yeah, they started in such and such accelerator, so we'll see how they do on their next startup. Thank you, Paul, for pointing all the valid details out. Much appreciated.